Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 2013 release by Eaglemoss from their Batman Automobilia collection of die-cast Batman vehicles, mainly Batmobiles. And they all came with this particular accompanying magazine, which told you all about the model from this particular issue. Now, this series ran from January 2013, and there was 85 issues that were released and 7 specials. The series ran for once. There was a new release every fortnight, but I think if you subscribe to Eaglemoss, they would send them to you monthly, so you got 2 issues each month. So I think it was for about 40 odd months. So I think it ran for about 4 years to about 2017, maybe 2018, depending on when the specials were released. Anyway, but this one we're looking at today is issue number 10 in all. And it is the Batmobile from the Detective Comics number 311, which was in the comics back in 1979-1980. Okay, so this is the magazine in front of us, and at the very top it says every fortnight, and this is number 10, and it's got UK $9.99, Ireland and Malta $15.99, South Africa $139.95, Australia and New Zealand $19.99, and US $20. Eaglemoss Collection, Batman Automobilia, DC Comics, the definitive collection of Batman vehicles, and this is Batman from comic issue number 311. If I just tilt it forward, you can see the model there. As you can see, it's a blue Batmobile. And let's turn the comic or the magazine around to the back, and it shows you the next issue, which is Dark Knight movie Batpod. And there's obviously with the 3D lenticular background, official collector's models, die-cast vehicles. Next issue, the Batpod from the Dark Knight movie. Don't miss out every fortnightly at your newsagents. And that's number 11, Batman Automobilia, the Dark Knight movie Batpad. It says visit our website, www.eaglemoss.com, Batmobiles, and you've got the barcode at the bottom there. Sadly, obviously, Eaglemoss no longer exists, so the website doesn't work anymore, which is a shame, because there was some good information on it regarding the magazines, but never mind. Okay, that's the back of the magazine. We've seen the back of the magazine, we've seen the front of the pack. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to steam open the bag, and I'm going to take it out, and we're going to have a good look at the item outside of the packaging, and we're going to have a good look at the magazine. Okay, the moment of truth. So I've opened the bag and I've removed the Batmobile from the packet and the magazine, and this is the Batmobile, which you can see in the display plinth with the lenticular background. We'll have a look at this in a bit more detail in a moment, but I want to have a look at the magazine first. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so we can show the whole of the magazine. So it says number 10, Batman Automobilia. So let's open it up, and what does it say inside? So Batman 311. As the 1970s came to a close, a new Batmobile debuted in Batman 311. May 1979. It was similar to the vehicle seen in the popular cartoon show Challenge of the Super Friends, and was also influenced by the state-of-the-art cars of the day. With a few minor alterations, it remained Batman's main ride for much of the early 1980s. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this on my reading bench, and we're going to have a look at it where you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so that's a little bit better now. You have a little bit better view of what I'm looking at here. So I have got a little bit of glare on the light there, but I'm trying to dim the lights down a little bit so I don't get too much of a glare. So it says, "Hey Batman, wait up. What's with the big penny and the desk back there? Oh, what about Alfie's sandwiches? What's going on now? The Riddler. Then he's the one that lousy messages about him and others. Huh, what others? Okay, so this is the Batmobile. It says a Batmobile in action, 2-way radio, and there's information there from a comic with the Batmobile parked here and the Batman inside it. Okay, and it says on this section here, the Batmobile of the 1980s was very much a car of its time. It has the look of high-end cars and the design of a fast, stylish roadster. Despite its modern look, it still had certain elements from the classic 1960s TV show, notably the two bubble windscreens at the front, but was far more realistic vehicle with an aerodynamic build to help to achieve maximum speeds. Of course, the Dark Knight still outfitted the Batmobile with a number of amazing crime-fighting gadgets, such as lasers and gas rockets, and kept a whirly bat in the boot for emergencies. The dark shadows of Batman's cowl painted on the bonnet made sure Gotham City villains knew to whom the car belonged. The Batmobile appeared throughout the decade with a number of top artists illustrating it, including Irene Novak, who drew its first appearance in Batman 311, Gene Colan and Norm Brayforge. Okay, so that is information there. Let's just turn the page back over, and it says high speed ride, and then if we open that all the way up, let's just move it over a little bit so we can try and get as much of that into the picture as we can. So there we can see the 80s Roadster. Specifications, the special features: lasers, knockout gas, scrambled phone, armor plating, canopy, twin stick transmission, turbo engine, hidden exit, hydraulic suspension and radar scope. And there you got a nice little cutaway of the model itself. And if we go further up, we've then got the blueprint of the Batmobile. Really nice. Does that even opens up more? Okay, so let's open the other page up. I didn't realise that all opened up. So then we've got a full cutaway there of the Batmobile, and if I pull that along, you can see on this side you've got all the outsides and the mark, and tells you exactly what everything is on this particular Batmobile, and the laser lights on the bonnet just up there. So really nice print and illustration of the Batmobile. And let's just open that up there, and it gives you Batman 79, and it says, as the 70s drew to a close, character development became as important to the Batman comic books as superhero action. So that gives you an insight to the comics and so on, and the Batman family. And that is the magazine, which comes complete with the Batmobile. Okay, that's the magazine. Let's now have a look at the Batmobile itself. Okay, so I've zoomed right in on the Batmobile itself, and there you can see, despite the... that's a little bit better. I'm trying to get it so I can give you the best view without too much flickeration of light on the acrylic case. Obviously the case is still sealed into the packaging, so you can open the packaging up and take the case out, and the car is usually held in on the bottom by 2 screws, and you can lift off the lid and display the car without the lid on, or you can leave it on, because the lid does actually support the acrylic print at the back. And at the back you can see Batman, and there's some other people there overlooking looking at something just by the river there. Okay, so, and there's a tube there. I'm not quite sure what that tube is supposed to be. Maybe something from out of the river, I don't know, but or maybe some kind of piping. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I must say the Batmobile looks very smart. Yeah, it does look the part, and for the comic, yeah, it would have been great. I'd imagine a new designed comic, a new designed Batmobile. So yeah, I mean, it's the markings and the shape of the Batmobile are fantastic. Unfortunately, I can't take it out because it is still sealed. But let's get an idea of the size, and I can tell you this is very heavy. So we're looking at about 11 centimeters from the front to the back. I think you can just see that, and that's from the front bumper to the back of the fin at the very back of the Batmobile. If we measure across the top of the Batmobile, we're looking about 4 centimeters in width, and height wise, I suppose if we measure from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the fin, then we're going to be looking at somewhere in the region of about 3.5 centimeters. And as it said in the magazine, you can see it's still got the same type of windshields I'm getting a lot of glare. Let me try. Does the light help? Yeah, I think the light might help a little bit. There we go. So you can see the windscreens, and they are again the same design as they were on the 1960s Batmobile, and you can see the steering wheel on the left hand side there for Batman to drive. You've got the Bat sign on the back of the car there, and the fins at the back, just like the cowl, and there's no number plate on there. Side of the car, again, there's the Batman markings on the wheels and the logo on the side of the car, and there's the cowl shape of his mask on the front of the bonnet there, with the 2 slots indicating his eyes. So that is the Batmobile, and I say it's die-cast metal. This is quite heavy, so obviously you've got the casing on there as well, which makes it quite heavy. It's a nice, good acrylic case, but it is a very, very nice looking model. And I think this is, apart from the original 1966 Batmobile, I think this one was one of my favourites, because it really does look the part. It's just a modern version of the 1966 one. So when I say modern, it was a 1980s modern version. So a really, really nice model, and certainly worth having on any Batmobile display. Okay, so there we go. How well did these models do back in the day? I'm just going to turn that light off now, so I'm getting a bit of flickering. Well, yeah, I mean, the earlier models done pretty well. Remember, this is only issue number 10, so it would have been only 5 months into the start of the set, because there was 2 a month being released. But obviously, as the year went round and the models continued to be issues, there was more subscribers and more people then purchased the later ones. So, but the earlier ones were not. There wasn't as many subscribers at the time, so there wasn't as many produced of the earlier models. However, the later models produced. They produced a lot more of the later models, because there was a lot more subscribers for the set. You could order the ones you missed if you wanted to as well, but then they did sometimes take quite a while to come in. I remember when I joined this the definitive collection, it was in its 30s when I first started to get them, and I had to wait ages and ages to get the backlog, and so I think there was 1 or 2 that I never did get, quite simply because they didn't have them anymore. So some of the earlier ones are the more difficult ones to find. You don't see this one very often come up on the platforms. It does come up, don't get me wrong, but you don't see it come up very often. A lot of the time, if it does come up, it comes up without the magazine, and it is in an open state. So you just need to bear that in mind. If you are buying on the platforms, just bear it in mind that you may be getting just the car without the magazine, because there are a lot of sellers that just sell the models without the magazine. Okay, now obviously you can pick them up on the platforms if you want, or you can come to us at Midas Touch, because we have managed to find a huge collection of these definitive Batmobiles, and they're all currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this one and many others of the definitive collection, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Batmobile with me. Thank you for watching. and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.